Hey there guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but it's a small thing called the US election to see who's going to be President of the United States of America. Now, this election has been running for longer than anyone expected, and I was going to make a video on it a couple of days ago, but then the voting was completely tallied, and Pennsylvania swung in the way of Joe Biden. And yeah, Joe Biden has won the United States presidential election. The US election had a record breaking turnout for voters for every election for the past 20 years. So this is the highest number of voters for the past 20 years. And a little known man by the name of Donald Trump, is very unhappy with this result. He's actually said, and I am quoting here, he has won the election on legal votes. And one of his tweets that will undoubtedly go down as the most infamous tweet that Donald Trump has ever tweeted has to be, "I won this election by a lot." Now, I don't know where he's got that from. But yeah, Donald Trump has been claiming that all the postal votes and absentee ballots should be completely disregarded because apparently they're fraudulent, and he should be the new president of America until 2024. Which I don't really know what to say. I mean, what else is Donald Trump expecting in the year 2020 with the global pandemic that is going on outside? And we can't really go anywhere. So how are they expected to go to voting stations and register a vote if they don't want to leave the house for fear of contracting a deadly virus? It's just a bit strange. So Joe Biden actually won the presidential election on 290 electoral votes to 214. The swing state, Biden actually was leading the race in Nevada, Georgia, which was it was Nevada and Georgia when he was leading 264 to 214, but then Pennsylvania kind of swooped in and came good for Joe Biden, and that was the state that won him the election, because as of yesterday, Nevada and Georgia still haven't completely reported all their votes, because it's taken so long to count these postal votes and absentee ballots. That's why the election has actually ran a lot longer than it probably should have. Doesn't usually take this long. I remember the last election in 2016, it took a night. The election was at 3 a.m. No, the election is the 3rd of November this year. It was the 3rd, and the results were expected 3 a.m. on the 4th in the UK. That would have been what usually would have happened if everyone was in the voting stations, but that's not what happened, considering all the absentee ballots and the postal votes. Now, Donald Trump is claiming that he won the election, and he is going to the Supreme Court about all the votes, because it's estimated that a large majority of all of Joe Biden's votes were postal votes and absentee ballots, whereas the majority of Trump's votes came from physical voting stations. So he's saying only physical votes should count, not postal votes. For a significant amount of time, it actually did look like Donald Trump was going to win the election, with several states in his favour. Basically, Biden only had Nevada. And if he got Nevada, he would have won, because he was 264 to 214. But then Georgia swung in his favour, and then Pennsylvania eventually completely swung. So yes, Trump was looking like he was going to win. And I think he actually tweeted out at the time, stop the count, because if all the votes had just stopped there, then Trump would have won. Because Georgia was red, Pennsylvania was red, the only state that was blue was Nevada. Out of the kind of final three major swing states to declare, it would have been Nevada was the only blue state. So, another kind of major point, and I've seen this all over Twitter, is that land doesn't vote, people do. and that's never been more prevalent than in Ohio this year for this election. Ohio, the state, was completely Republican. It was a red state. It had declared all of its votes, but if you clicked on Ohio and opened up the map, all of the major cities voted Democrat. All of the major cities were blue, but a large majority of all the counties, I don't know what they're called in America, I'm just going to call them counties, were red. So the smaller counties voted Trump, whereas the larger cities, all of them, voted Biden, which is... It just shows that even though a state has completely declared Trump, or declared one way rather than the other, doesn't mean that a majority of the people don't want the other way. The cities have the majority of the population. So, in other news regarding the election, there has been major kind of rioting, which I don't know why. Did they think that the virus just doesn't exist anymore? It's a bit stupid, but we're actually going to take a look at some of the riots. I have 3 tabs open for the riots here. This one is called Protests Break Out Around the Country as Americans Await the Presidential Election Results. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is unbelievable. The amount of people there is unreal. That is going to cause... There's going to be a massive spike in COVID cases. There's going to be a huge spike in COVID cases simply due to this. Which is... It is going to happen, and it's Joe Biden's responsibility now to deal with that. Because although you see a lot of Trump supporters protesting out in the streets, a lot of what's been shown here is Biden voters. Count every vote. Trump and Pence out now. Look at that. Look at the amount of people there. Yeah, that's another thing. Trump declaring he'd won before the votes were even counted. It's unbelievable how stupid that man is. So we'll take a look at this one, which is a kind of riot breaking out in a voting facility in Detroit. So let's take a look at this. All of these are from news stations in America, so I hope I don't get copyrighted. Look at all of that. Jesus. There's so many people.
Trump launched a lawsuit to stop the count in the battleground state.
So they are basically all Biden voters. Because they're the ones saying to count every vote. Obviously, not all of America is Biden and Trump supporters. There are different parties, the same as there is in the UK. There's Conservative, Labour, Green Party, SNP. A lot of different parties, and it's the very same in America. You've got Democrats, Republicans, Lib Dems, Liberal Democrats. There's a lot of different parties. So it's not just a even split down the middle. There is more to it. But from what I can see, these are majority Biden supporters.
After President Trump launched a lawsuit to stop the count in the battleground state.
If you want to declare the game is over before halftime.
Here's a pastor. I'm guessing Biden supporter because he's taking digs at Trump.
It depends that you ultimately are not interested in all of us winning.
A group of Republican supporters tried to force their way into this building where the ballots were counted, but were stopped by police. With Michigan's tally extremely tight, the Detroit area in Wayne County was among the last to count its ballots.
A lot of population.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, I think Michigan in the end did go for Biden. I think the entire state was Biden. Which, yeah, there is that count every vote thing, which is entirely kind of... It should be. You need to count every vote, especially with the global pandemic that we're going through. It's unbelievable. And then we have this one. Trump supporters rally against election results following Biden's victory. I don't actually know what she's saying, and the captions don't either. Oh my god, look at this. Americans, man, jeez, I've said it before on this channel, Americans. They're unbelievable. You wouldn't see, like, a Scottish person going to register their vote for independence dressed as William Wallace, screaming freedom through a megaphone. Then again, I think I have seen that. So they're singing the US national anthem through a megaphone, and there's only 2 of them singing it. I feel sorry for them, but at the same time they're dressed like twats. So you can't... It's part and parcel. If you dress like an idiot, you're going to get treated like an idiot. Just look at them. Jesus. Voter fraud. Yeah, this is... Oh... Trump supporters just blindly believe whatever Trump says, no matter what it is that he is saying. At least that guy's got a mask on. Yep, I can see one mask. And that's it. One mask in that entire area of what's on screen. Maybe 2. Maybe there's one up there. That's absolutely unbelievable. Wear a mask. It doesn't hurt. I think that's just gonna just about do it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel while you're here. I'm live streaming over on Twitch a few times a week at like Murray_Thompson over on Twitch. My Discord server will be linked in the description, and if you want to follow me on Twitter to keep up when I am posting videos, my Twitter is at MurrayThompsonYT. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.